Hi, welcome back. I appreciate you guys stopping by for another video. Thought I would get this one fired off a lot quicker than what I did, but I'm in here, I'm recording now, and I'm excited to go over 5 video games that made me a gamer.
60-minute gamer.
I'll give a shout out to Retro Rivals for doing this. They did 5 games that made me a gamer. First week Jen did it, second week Scott did it. Just really enjoyed the videos. It was a video response to another YouTuber out there. I want to do mine. I know everybody's been doing them, and I think there's room for everybody to do this because everybody's story is going to be different. And my story and my journey started off a little bit earlier than everybody else's. I'm a little bit older, and I'll definitely age myself here by telling you that it wasn't a console that started me. It wasn't the Atari 2600, but it was actually arcade games that got me into gaming. I remember my dad coming home from work and telling us about Space Invaders and wanting to try this game out. We loaded up in the truck, him, my brother, and myself, buzzed down to Southridge Mall in Des Moines, Iowa, and we played Space Invaders for the first time. And walking into that arcade for the very first time was just flippin' magical. It was dark. There was black lights lit up everywhere. The carpet was shining different emblems and different things on there from the black lights, and it was just all your senses were going off. And the volume of every arcade machine, they didn't hold back, man. They had that sucker turned up. And this was in the mall. Didn't matter who was on the left of them. Didn't matter who was on the right of them. Man, that arcade was full of machines, and the volume was set to 11.
11? Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11, and
the amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Just can remember walking up to that machine, and there were about 4 or 5 people around that machine at the time, and I can hear the firing of the missiles in Space Invaders, or the shots, or whatever you want to call them. You could just hear them moving on the screen, the thump, thump, and as the aliens would get shot off, it would go faster and faster and faster, and I just sat there, probably about 8 years old, looking at this thing going, man, I have to try this after my dad's done. And once I played it, I was hooked. First game that got me was Space Invaders. And when it came to the home console, the Atari VCS, we lost a lot in translation, but all in all, this wasn't a bad game at all. We really got the gist of it, and it was something we could play at home. And the second game that influenced me was PacMan. It was a hit. People loved this, man. This game was loved by everybody. Not just the boys in the grade school, but the girls in this grade school, and the flippin' teachers were playing this. Our parents were playing this. This game changed tons of things in the world. In fact, it's still being sold, and people are still buying it and playing it today. We were playing this thing everywhere, whether it was the arcade, the skating rink, or at the 7-Eleven. We were playing this everywhere, even at home. But we're not going to bring up that disaster that was called the 2600 game. And at number 3 is Asteroids. 1 year before this came out, Star Wars came out in the theaters, and all across America, people were just space crazy. It was flipping awesome. And I can't tell you how much this game, meant to me, but it really influenced me. I put a lot of quarters in this as a kid, and going in and playing it was fun. The vector graphics looked sharp. It had a glow to it, and just the chaos of all these asteroids coming at you from different directions. And then when you had that spaceship come in here and it made that tone, you knew it was after you. Right there. There it is. No better timing than that. Yeah, when this got ported over the Atari 2600, we continued to play at home. We had competitions with friends. This was a great game to play. And just because we got it at home didn't mean we stopped playing at the arcade. It was still fun to play. What the heck? At number 4, Obi-Wan just talked to me. Flippin' awesome. This game's talking to me. I can hear my 7-year-old self telling me that. Not in that voice, though. Number 4 is Star Wars the arcade game. How many port overs have we had of this over the years? This is an awesome game. I can't tell you how much fun I had playing this game. We would go down to that arcade that I talked about at Southridge Mall to play this, and there would be a line to play the sit-down Star Wars game. You could not touch that machine. It was hard to get into that one, and sometimes you just had to swallow your pride and go play the stand-up machine and get a little Star Wars action going on. But I can't tell you how much this game influenced me. It was awesome. You had that feeling that you were going to go blow up the Death Star. What a beautiful looking game this was. At number 4 was Star Wars the arcade game. I recently had somebody ask me what my favorite game was, and honestly, I can't put a finger on what my favorite game is. It's easier for me to list off 5 games that, made me a gamer than it would be to name just one. And when I think about it, I could name off favorite moments in gaming. Man, I got tons of favorite moments in gaming out there. Maybe that's a video that we should probably try to do next and go viral. At number 5, I'm going to have to say it's a game that I love to play. It's one that made me a gamer, and it's also one of those moments in gaming I just love. And at number 5, I'm going to say it's NBA Jam. And the reason that this game means so much to me, I didn't buy this game. This game was a gift. Long time ago, I was working in youth ministry, and we would always put a large screen up at the church and play video games and have a good old time, with the youth. And one of the kids actually went out and bought me this copy of NBA Jam, and I've kept it to this day. And when his mom came up to me and said, "Hey, my son," and she was a single mom at the time, had saved up some money and he bought this game for you, and I'm like, man, I can't take that game. There's no way, man. He works hard for his money. I'm not gonna take a game off of him. And he's like, no, he really wants you to have this game. And I ended up taking the game, and I didn't have a whole lot of money back then, and I felt bad. If I didn't have enough money to buy the game, why is this kid buying me the game? And I can't tell you how many times we sat down and played NBA Jam. What a flippin' fun time I had. Not only was it a game that propelled me into buying more games, and it propelled me into being a gamer more, but I just had a good time trash talking with other youth kids, as I'm a young adult myself. Boom shakalaka! Yeah, I'm not Tim Kitzrow, but boy, he taught us how to say boom shakalaka, and he's on fire! I'm telling you, we had our own sayings too, that we yelled at the screen and yelled at one another as we played this game. We had tournaments with other youth kids. We had tournaments with other youth pastors. We played this game a ton. It was so cool. If we got done playing basketball in the gym, we'd pull out the projector of the Sega Genesis, project it up onto the wall or onto a screen, and we would play a little NBA Jam. So at number 5, NBA Jam. And those were the 5 games that made me a gamer. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. It took me a long time to make this video. I had bronchitis for about 4 weeks, and then one early morning, I slipped in the egress window outside and broke my back. Broke 4 ribs and 3 vertebrae processes, and I was down for the count. And I was thinking, yeah, I'm going to get to throw up some videos while I'm just immobile here. But that didn't go as I planned, and it took a little bit to get this video out. I really appreciate you guys watching it. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. It just helps build up the channel a little bit, helps push the algorithm to generate more traffic to the channel here. And if you did like what you saw, please hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you a thing, like Retro Rick said on his video this week. It doesn't cost you a thing. Just go ahead and do that. And if you're not subscribed to Retro Rick, subscribe to Retro Rick, man. Help him beat Pizza Hut. We got to help him do that. So even if I got 35 viewers out there that don't watch Retro Rick, click on Retro Rick's channel and like and subscribe to him, man. It is just an awesome channel. And not just Retro Rick, it's Retro Rick's Game Point is what he's trying to beat Pizza Hut at. Nonetheless, both are good channels. Appreciate you guys all, and I just want to give a quick shout out to that young man that gave me that NBA Jam game. Lydell, you continue to game on, buddy.